There are people out there who take these sort of things very seriously, where they've done some very questionable things in terms of sacramental theology. So, for instance, I'm in a position to reveal that there's alleged, I should say, a group of people priests, who have submitted themselves to something called supplied rites or supplying of ceremonies. These are priests who are said to have doubts about the validity of their orders, or other people have doubts about their validity or orders, and there's some concern about this. And so they find they find a friendly bishop who has questions about some of these things too, and they take the old rite of ordination prior to the reforms of the Second Vatican Council, which has extra prayers and stuff like that in the ritual. And these guys, they don't necessarily think that they're not ordained validly, but they believe in this concept called supplemental right, supplying of, I can't remember what it is, applying of ceremonies. And they go through this, whatever it is, with this bishop, whoever the bishop may be. And sorry, somebody just texted me. And they go through these extra prayers are said from the old ritual, and it is believed that this gives these priests more juice, so to speak. It somehow jazzes up their priesthood, and they argue that the ex opere, this is about ex opere operantis, that somehow they are getting more disposed in some way to God's grace by going through this thing. I have problems with this in terms of sacramental theology, because if old or the prior rite or the new rite, you're still a priest. And it's almost like you're saying something was deficient in your ordination in the Novus Ordo, that you get these great, that you can now only get apparently by going through these extra prayers that were left out, or that were removed in the rite of ordination. Quite frankly, I think a borderline superstition, if I may be so blunt. And because it's like some magic words you need. No, you're either ordained in the Novus Ordo. Let's say if you're ordained in the Novus Ordo, you're either ordained in the Novus Ordo or you're not. There's no middle ground here, And it seems to me as though you are de facto or ipso facto saying that somehow I'm lacking in my priesthood if I don't have these special prayers with a bishop present said over me, And moreover, if we're going to think this way, you can keep on going. Well, what's so special about the 62 Missal? What about what about the Missal under Pius XII? What about the actual books from Trent? Let's go wait a minute, what about the first century? The apostles were actually doing it then, where do we go from here? It just seems like it's going to be if we're getting into this line of thinking, it goes back to this never-ending pattern of what is better. What is the official magic words that we could say? Like I said, it's borderline superstition. And unfortunately, this is going on. I am aware of this effort. I will not reveal names, but I will say that chancery offices have received missives about it, and even the papal nuncio has officially been informed of it. This is very serious. This is not a laughing matter, and it involves some very influential people. I'll go so far as to say that. And I probably shouldn't go any more than that. But I have problems with this. I really do, for a number of reasons, among them being the ones that I just said.